everyone. Welcome to Spirit Switchboard. I'm your host, Kerrilynn Shellhorn, and you are listening to us live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. I am very excited about tonight's returning guest, and I have a few things I would like to share with you guys first before we bring her on. I wanted to just remind everybody that Laura Lee Potvin, so the host of the Angel Rock, and my friend and partner in High Strangeness with Beneath the Hollow Moon on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern. We are going to go live on Christmas Day. So on Christmas Day, the show will be from regular time, 7 p.m. Eastern until 9 p.m. Eastern. We are going to do a holiday haunt hotline. So if you would like to come on the show and share your story, if you have a holiday haunted story, a ghost story that you would like to share, even if it's a campfire ghost story that just, one from your childhood that still gives you chills and you think that others might enjoy, give us an email at kerrylynsporch@gmail.com or connect with Laura Lee or myself on social media and just let us know that you would like to come on. We have some surprise guests that are also going to pop on and share a story or two. People that have been guests on both Laura Lee's show and my own here on Spirit Switchboard. So that's going to be exciting to share that time and space with them and with you guys as well too. It is going to be coming up to a year since Laura Lee's son Justin passed away. So we are going to honor Justin, who was in the autism spectrum, and his favorite dinner was chicken nuggets and fries from McDonald's. So we are going to be hanging out in our Christmas jammies. We are going to have chicken nuggets and fries for Justin and hanging out with you guys, telling ghost stories and holiday sharing. So please, if you have a few moments or if you want to participate, please let us know. We would love to have you there with us. I think I'm going to remind, because I know that once we get going with the show, I may not remember. Boxing Day, Spirit Switchboard won't be live, but I have a pre-recorded show for you guys I'm very excited about. So Troy Taylor, American Hauntings, Inc., did a pre-record show with me with his latest book, The Man Beyond the Shadows, or about Houdini. So I'm super. It was a great interview. And what I'm going to do though is hang out with you guys in the chat. So I will watch it live with you guys and I will hang out in the chat and make comments. And there was some weird stuff that happened during the interview that, and I'm not very good with a poker face. And well, I've never played poker because I don't have a very good poker face. So the weirdness that was happening in my room as I was doing the interview, you'll be able to see, and I will fill you in on the weirdness that was going on in my space when I was interviewing Troy. So I was just so excited about that. Hi, Mort. Denise Smits, thank you so much. Oh, you've got nuggets for the show. That's fabulous, Mort. Fiona Clark, thank you so much for being here. Today's guest is a returning guest, psychic medium, author. She has all of the hats. Author. She is teacher, mentor, part of partner and president. Is that it? Vice president? Yes. Partner and vice president of Paraflix. You may have seen her TV, radio, film. She is here to talk about her book, Dollcraft, A Witch's Guide to Poppet Magick and Haunted Dolls. The lovely good witch, Patti Negri. Welcome back, Patti.
Thank you so much, Kerrilynn. Thanks for having me back on. Thank you for the lovely intro. It's good to be here. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Same to you. You're just a ray of sunshine, honestly.
It's the lighting. No, it's like, what happened? I have a new light bulb. like, am I in an office? No, but thank you.
It was such a blast. Like, I had so many people email me or comment about the show last time and about the power panties, including my assistant, who was all over the making sure that she got her power panties after that show.
They work and they are wonderful. Right now, they're on a little hiatus due to tariffs and things. You could still get my other spellcaster, my hoodies and stuff, but my passion is my power panties. Again, I've been doing it with movie stars for years, but you kind of have to make your own right now. But I could tell you how to do that in a sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they'll be back. They'll be back. Just a slight, hold on to your old underwear kind of moment.
Right. And intentions are something that we're going to be talking about today, right? So intentions with the power panties and intentions with the dolls. We're going to be talking, and the poppets. We're going to be talking about all of that. I just want to bring up the cover because I was so excited. Let's see if I can do this. Maybe I'm not going to do this. Let's see. Oh, there we go.
I do have the book. It won't. There we go. Aha.
Yeah. It's so stunning.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree. And I wrote the book, but I had nothing to do with the cover. That's my beautiful publishers, Llewellyn. They got it. They got the feel I wanted for the whole book. So yeah, and she's great. And my video guy, for some of the promo, he used AI to make her talk when needed to pitch the book. So it's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, it's just beautiful. And like I'm such a visual and tactile person, right? So as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I want to touch it. It just needs to be in my hands, right?
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. It feels good, and it's not as little as my other book, but it's still little. I wanted something to hold on to. It's just fatter than my other one, but this was. I was excited to do this because again, everybody loves dolls. I'm a doll girl my entire life. I been a doll collector since before I was born. Every kind of dolls, regular dolls, Barbie dolls, baby dolls. But this book brought in my two worlds, my paranormal world and the haunted dolls. I am a haunted doll expert, a collector. I've done seances with some of the most haunted dolls. And then bringing in my witchy magical side with the poppets. This one book was able how I combine my spiritual magical witchy world and the haunted dolls. So it's like, we need this book. So all right.
And so why now though? Like what was there a particular experience that inspired you to do the now, or just
it's been coming, but the exact now happened with, I mean, I was already working on it. It actually released with all that Annabelle stuff, but I saw the build and dolls and everybody, I mean, regular adults, men, women, all their doll collections. Everybody wants a haunted doll. It's Hollywood that did that, but the Annabelle stories, all the Conjuring, Chucky doll, Peggy's doll, and everybody wants a doll. And I know that haunted dolls are great, but negative haunted dolls are not great. And any old haunted doll is really not okay. I think that the seed for it was my doll Belle way back when, years ago. How I got my first doll Belle. I had, again, being a doll expert, being a haunted expert, all that. A girl in Belgium had seen me doing a seance with Peggy the doll, who is now Zach Bagans, and like given 2 people heart attacks and made 80 documented people sick. And she's a dark little spirit in there. And she saw me doing a seance with her, and she figured if I could handle Peggy, I could handle Belle. That's my little girl in the back with the burgundy dress. She had her for a few years, and the doll just made her sick. She loved it. She knew it was beautiful, but the doll made her sick, made her hair fall out, made her little kids sick. And so she goes, "Can I send her to you? I want her to have a good home." And I'm like, "Yes," because I knew I could take care of it. She sent me the doll. And the doll kicked into gear immediately. This is, again, several years ago now. So I had never even done like a Facebook Live before, never had a desire to. All of a sudden, it's like, I have to put this on camera to do a Facebook Live opening the doll, the unboxing. That doll had so much power. Literally 50,000 people watch me unbox the doll. I don't have that many followers. I certainly didn't at the time or anywhere. It's the doll, not me. So I got it open in this beautiful doll, but really dark spirit. And I won't let I can't, not in my home. I have ghosts, I have spirits, I have elemental, but anything dark. So I knew there was something good inside a spirit. I knew that that's what the other thing was holding on to.
Right.
So I literally would not let the sun set until I banished that. And then all of a sudden, slowly but surely, this positive little spirit came out. Just lots of ways to check how your animals and small children react to it. Are they avoiding it? Or are they going up to it? So now she's, a beautiful part of the family, just as spooky as if she had had the negative attached, but she's not going to make me sick or my husband sick or my dog or my cat, because they're always going to go for the most vulnerable. But they're just, she'll wink at you. She will move. You hear the footprints upstairs when you're downstairs, all the stuff you want a haunted doll for.
Right. I have two. I have a granddaughter that's 5,
Oh, wow.
and she has tea parties with them. Because, when I got them, I'm like, you are not here for entertainment for folks. You're here to be part of the family, and setting those rules and intention with them and understanding what those spirits needed as well too. If I'm hosting a seance, I let them know ahead of time that they are not part of it, that they're not the entertainment. But that there will be more people in the space. Like, we just include them in the conversation as well too. But yeah, my granddaughter Lily, she kisses them, she walks around with them, she just loves them up, and hang out right there.
That's everything I actually say in my thing. I actually have a chapter on how to have a haunted doll tea party.
Do you really?
I do. And it's hysterical because actually this past week, but I think they had a storm. I was supposed to do a haunted doll tea party at the Lizzie Borden house in Massachusetts, which would have been so fun. We're going to do a Victorian dinner one night and an investigation and a haunted doll tea party the next day. But I guess a big storm came in or something. We just decided to postpone it till the weather more. But I have how to do it in my book because, 2 reasons. One, people know it is bringing a spirit into your home. And number 2, people, you don't want them to get ripped off on eBay and stuff too, because yes, there is legit stuff there, but there's so many scammy things. If one seller has had like 7,000 haunted dolls with fabulous big stories all attached, it's like, they really had 7,000 haunted dolls, or are they just a good storyteller and they went to Goodwill and picked it up? And I teach you how to Goodwill and go to the thrift store and pick it up and invite a haunted doll or find a haunted doll. I think you could find one at an antique or thrift store as good as you can on eBay.
Yeah. Without or understanding that a K2 meter may pick up a spirit, but it's also going to pick up other things in that space. Does it mean that there's, like, you could be getting a random radio wave from a furnace behind the wall or something? Like,
exactly. So so that was the inspiration behind it. And it came out at kind of a weirdly perfect time, right when Annabelle, who now is owned by my friends Matt Rife and Elton CASTEE, they got the whole Warren estate. So went to go play at the Warren Museum with Annabelle, and I toured almost all year with Annabelle. I was doing all these conventions. And we're at Rock City. She's there. We're there. I had to. Sometimes I was only separated by a curtain between the Warren Museum and where I'm pitching my books. I use all this wording and stuff, but the tour went right as my book came out, and I'm starting to do, book signings and podcasts, was when she went to New Orleans, and, she got full credit for burning down a plantation, for having prisoners escape. I'm like, I don't know about that, but I'm like, well, I guess you need my book, Dollcraft. But when, sadly, Dan passed away, who was a friend who I worked with, I'm like, no, I'm not even going to pull back. That just seems in bad taste. I'm not even going to promote the book for a minute until that's not connected with it, because I don't think she had anything to do with that.
I
whatsoever.
didn't feel that either. I did not feel that either. But,
No.
and you're right. Everyone is interested in haunted dolls. Everyone is interested in haunted dolls. I'm going to bring up some folks. Hi, Catherine Johnson. Thank you for being here. Deborah Hackett-Jones. Hello to you too. Iris Rose. Thank you so much for being here. Heidi Goals chiming in from Boulder, Colorado, saying hello. Mish chiming in. Hello. You're saying hello to everybody. Mish is in Australia.
Nice. It's tomorrow there.
Yes. Julie Dow, thank you so much for being here. Oh, Mish, I love the picture. So Mish actually has shown us, she has her mother's original doll that's like 100 years old. And she has shown us a picture. It's amazing. So growing up, we had a doll that went to a doll doctor after she was found next to a murder victim. She was beautiful, done up, but none of us wanted her.
Wow. Right.
Oh, hi, Astrolight. Oh, she's with the auntie now. Sorry, I'm trying to get that up. She is with my auntie now.
Oh, that's good. Yay. Yeah. Thank you.
There we go.
Yes, it is tomorrow.
Oh, that's the mom's doll. Right. Yeah, everyone's got a doll. I'll tell you, my mom bought my daughter a homemade Raggedy Ann doll when she was 2, and my daughter would have nothing to do with it. She screamed her face off when she saw it, and she screamed her face off. I put it away, pulled it back out 6 months later, same thing. Did it again, 6 more months, she screamed her face off. Every time she saw that doll, she wanted nothing to do with it. So yeah, it was weird. So I gave it away. But I mean, now, yeah, she just had, as she got older, I mean, she's 28, so she's used to all of the weird things that happen in this house. So, and the dolls, but my granddaughter, she's all over it. With the book, what do you hope, how did I want to phrase that? Like, there's so many gifts in the book for people to come away with. So what is your hope, that people come away with?
Actually, it's really all about empowerment, whatever it is. For on the haunted doll half of the book, yeah. It's again the respect, the proper care, feeding, taking care of, how to bring the spirit into your, because it is serious stuff. Mm-hmm. That it is, as fun as it is and fashionable as it is. And on the puppet side is like bringing magic. You don't have to say you're a witch or a spellcaster, but puppets, dolls have been used in magic, in sympathetic magic, in every culture forever and ever and ever. So I just wanted to bring that magic into it as well. That's my hope. And again, if it was a big overall, it's love of dolls, which is mine, and empowerment, that create the life you want, whether it's with a fun haunted doll sitting, on your shelf, preferably not in your bedroom, or having some magical puppets to bring you love, health, money, all the things that you want.
We are going to talk about those things. Okay. What do you think the top 3 things that pop culture has or gets wrong about puppets? Like,
well, number one, that they're the voodoo dolls. Because that's a different religion. It's a different thing. There's similarities. It's magic dolls, but they're not. And I think the number 2 and number 3 would be that they're dark or evil. There's nothing dark or evil about anything. Everything is the intent you put in. Right. And even like people sticking pins in voodoo. I have a poppet that represents myself. It's my sympathetic me. So, if you have a bellyache, you rub the tongue of your little puppet in your tummy, it goes away, kind of thing. So you have them for protection, have them for my pets, have them for everything. I use them a lot in spellcrafting, everything from paper napkin ones that you burn out. So I think the overall is for people, again, just to have a happier, better, more empowered life. The adults.
Do you find people are successful with it when they understand like taking like the Chihuahua brain thinking and they're giving it a direction.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a direct and understanding a direction, and then the focus, because we know intent and focus is everything. So
Yeah.
whether you're putting it into a little magical doll to protect your kids and grandkids, do paper dolls have any haunted stories? Probably. I mean, you can create paper dolls for magic. I just talked about that with somebody yesterday, the magic within it. Again, you could turn probably a paper doll into a poppet, writing sigils and words and all sorts of things. And that might be a nice thing to do if it's a poppet, because I'm real environment conscious. If it's a paper doll that you're choosing, you want to burn, or you want to bury into the ground, or you want to put into a waterway, use some nice biodegradable paper. Yeah.
Mort is asking, if you see a doll, can you tell if she is haunted?
Yeah, yes, and I believe everyone can. It takes a little practice, but it working on your intuition and your clair senses anyways. So that's what I have. I talk about it in the book. And take yourself to a thrift store, an antique store. See where you're drawn. See where you're. Yes, if you want, take a K2 meter. If you want to do your phone app, but more than anything, see where you're drawn to. Why? Hold the doll if you can. Stories that might be coming to mind, emotions that's coming to mind, feelings, where you feel it in your body. Use all these senses to say, I'm being drawn to this. This doll may have a spirit in it.
If you keep getting pulled back, if you walk away and you have to keep coming back to it.
Yes. I did that with one of mine back here, not Belle. I was in Salem going, I'm on a moratorium. I have no more room, no more dolls, no more anything. But she was in this little thrift store in the middle Main Street, Salem. And it's like, oh gosh, I couldn't put her down. It's like, no, put her down, walk around an aisle. I'm in front of her again. No, walk away. And then next thing I'm carrying her out of the store.
Yeah, that's how I got my dolls too.
Yeah, you got to do it. When something meant for you, it's like, so. And again, they bring a lot to a household. But that's why you want to bring a happy family member, or a respectful and loving and fun family member that gets along with your family, with your pets, and if you have other dolls or spirits.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want some that don't get along either.
Yeah, and that's part of the listening to what they're sharing with you and however you receive information, right? And trusting them.
Yeah, completely.
So what do you feel is the simplest first poppet intention for people to, if they were going to create a poppet, the simplest way to start?
I would, if I was going to create a poppet, I would make a personal poppet first, as I think everyone should. I mean, I could show a couple if you want. I could take 20 seconds over here and over here if you want. Hold on.
Yeah, up to you.
Hold on. I'm leaving. I'm coming. I'm leaving. I wasn't gone long. I'm back. Ooh, the magic. All right. And again, you don't have to be artsy and craftsy to do things, because I'm not. I'm as artsy as a drunken 6-year-old. This I've had for a decade and a half at least. This is my Patti Poppet. One thing, how she's made, because she has my name on it. I like the sign or signature thing. She has a coral heart, and she has the one necklace I wear all the time, my little pentagram, my little pentacle. So again, she's the one, I bump my head, I'm going to stick a pin in her head and make it go away. If I need some new herbs for clarity, I'll stick them into the side. This is a nice first poppet to have. If you want to make it, again, for your health in general or being, if you have an altar, keep it on your altar. If you want protection, put it in a shoebox with some salt under the bed. You want to, keep it somewhere, make yourself an eye pillow sleep poppet. The sky's the limit. You can make them out of anything.
Right.
Here's a little thread poppet, great, that you could stuff for tag locking, which is where you want the personal item into it. You easily stuff it into something like this. By what you're putting into it, the colors, the herbs, the oils, the sigils, the symbols. The ones that I do the most, amazingly though, is the paper poppets. This is a regular everyday dinner napkin. Now this one, just because it holds up to show on camera, I tied it with tape, regular Scotch tape. But I usually would actually use a thin cotton thread to tie off the little arms and legs. This is a single napkin. You could put the herbs into the head, any sigils or oils. This, though it's wearing out now, had a little heart in it. Get the most biodegradable, natural little napkin you can. Because again, if you want to burn it, you don't want to be burning toxins that you're not sure is in something else.
Right.
Or if you want to put it on a waterway, which is really nice to have that water, that emotional flow, moving it down the stream or the lake. You don't want to do it with anything that's not natural.
Right.
Or you want to plant it or bury it. Same thing. So honestly, this is my main one, because I do like to, there's the ones that I keep around for, again, decades, and there's certain ones that have different jobs. But I do like the, okay, now we're moving on spell. Now we're flying it up to the universe. We're,
Where do you think beginners overcomplicate it? Or accidentally overcomplicate it?
I think the biggest issue to do is that you think you might be doing it wrong. You really can't do anything wrong. It's your intent. It's everything intent. Like, say if you want to do red for passion and you only have purple material or green, but passion means green or purple to you. Do that. You don't have the right rosemary herbs for the head. You can't do it wrong. It's your creation. It's your intent. Making them out of, out of corn husks, making them out of clay, making it out of I think you overcomplicate it. Sigils and symbols and things. So it's anything you want it to be. And it has the intent of anything you want it to be or do.
So we're going to talk about intention in 1 second.
Yay.
I'm going to pull up Mish's question. Are teddy bears and dolls similar? Do teddy bears get haunted?
Teddy bears can get haunted. But they've been used by magical practitioners and witches for years, putting magic and protection magic in them. I know so many people like sewing a little crystal or protective crystal or a sigil inside their kid's teddy bear. The kids don't even have to know. We put all that love into our little teddy bears. They certainly could become haunted. If I was, say if I was a disembodied spirit looking for a vessel to go into, they don't have to. There's spirits all the time that haven't chose a vessel to go into. But, say I did want a vessel. I want to hang out somehow. You could go in a jug of water, or you can go into something with eyes and a nose and a face. I would check eyes and a nose and a face. And more often than not, I would go with a doll, perhaps, that has more human eyes, nose, ears, and you could talk into the ears. But if I was a playful spirit or a child spirit, maybe I'd pick a nice little teddy bear with a button nose. Yeah.
Hi, Michelle Plummer. All of our comedian Michelles are in the chat tonight. If we were picking, okay, I wanted to try doing this, if it's okay. I'm going to pick an intention. Yeah. And can you tell me how a style or the material or even symbols how the choice would matter for that, or how we would roll with that? So if we wanted one for confidence or having confidence. Confidence. Well, first off, I'd say, what does confidence mean? If you want to look at a color of a material, what does confidence? Is that red, perhaps? Nice fiery color, maybe red if we get the fire element into it. Does texture matter? Texture matters too. Maybe you want like, again, if I'm going to choose between, I want clay. If you're looking for strength or something, maybe you want to make it out of clay. If you want to release things, maybe I'd make it out of wax. Things that you want to do some shadow work, make it something soft and fluffy. Or confidence, I would probably do a cloth doll. So that makes sense too. If we were picking confidence, it could be shadow work in doing that healing work. So it would change the type of materials and choices that you would make.
Again, it's just trying to understand that there's not a right or wrong, but the one that's going to trigger confidence in you, what that it's visual, it's texturial. In the class I just taught like 3 days ago, I talked about using all your senses in it. So just like we have our 5 and 6 clairs, have it visual, the color, the texture is going to be, have it audible, the smell. You put some oils or herbs into it that smell. Crystals, by the crystals you put in, what's a good confidence crystal to you? What does that feel like? Maybe some nice dragon's blood to increase things in, maybe some hungwort to go dark with things, maybe some, it's getting creative. Sigils and symbols that mean something to you. So confidence is a good one, but that's a really personal one too. Again, with love in general, there's going to be more guidelines, protection in general. And one thing, I talk about it a little bit in the book, I like putting all the elements into it too, air and fire and water and earth. It says the elements we live with. So air could be a nice airy color, or again, the scent that's coming off it. Get something that's fiery in it, maybe a red crystal, a coral, or something kind of a garnet or something. Water, again, color, a quartz crystal or something. All the different elements. So you have texture, you have elements. You're working on, so again, the more you layer on the elements to it, it's going to be a trigger. It's a trigger item for you. If it means water and air to you, you go with it. If the stability to you. Oh, what I was going to say is again, for earth, I will use a little bit of dirt in things. And I'm a person, I love to work with graveyard dirt. It's a sacred place to me. It's not spooky. Now there's ways to work with graveyard. And if you think they're icky or spooky or negative, don't do it. But if you think they're beautiful, sacred places, then say you want to add a little dirt. In an oversimplification, if you're going to go to a graveyard, I always leave offerings like coins at the crossroads, at the entrance, leaving and thanking, asking permission to be there. Whatever it is. But say you were doing I want to do a love poppet for whatever. I would look for the grave of the couple married 50 years and happily, whatever. And I'd ask them, in spirit, can I have a spoonful of your dirt? I'd give them gifts, maybe pennies or crystals or marble. And can I have a little of your dirt? And adding that, and say, if you're doing a protection, I would look for the decorated soldier or the career policeman, working with that dirt, again, getting their permission in it in spirit, leaving them little gifts, and you've got all that power to it. It's great.
So do you tell with each step, and as you're adding, letting it know what you're needing it to do?
Yes, at each step, everything. This basil is for to calm nerves. This, whatever it is, money spell. Oh, I need some mint. Oh, no, I need some rosemary. And I'm going to go to the graveyard and get the richest grave there, whatever that is, the most ornate one. Ask them if I could have a little dirt to it. I'm going to make it out of a very fancy, nice material along the way, or something that feels rich to me, feels luxurious,
And there's a sense of play with that as well too, because you're having to have a sense of wonder and lean into all the different possibilities. And if you don't know, like if people are totally new, it's doing the research. What does what does that emotion, how does the symbols come to you, and researching.
And guess what? That research is a part of the spell. It's the spell starts the second you say, I'm going to create this. I want this. Your spell is beginning. Even if you're sitting there going to Google or Siri or Chat GPT, what is a good herb for this, for that? What is a good thing? That's part of your spell. I'm a big believer of mind, body, spirit. That's what my first book, There's 20,000 books written about it, psychology books, witchy books, self-help books. Mind, we will never surpass our own belief system. We know that. If you don't think you could do something, if you don't think your doll's going to be powerful, it's not. You can't. If you think this is going to be the most powerful poppet in the world, that is going to be. If you think I can climb that mountain, that's the people that do. Mind, body, we got to take action. We got to get off the couch. So that's the literally, you're creating the body of a doll, you're using your body, you're stitching, whatever you're doing. And the spirit is the magic behind it, is that there's your chant, there's your soul motive be, there's your breathing your life into the
I love doing that.
Into everything. This is your pneuma. Passion. Here in your breath is your free will. It's like, yes, I breathe into every candle, everything. Well, it's supposed to be off. There we go. So it starts with that first research. And again, knowing that the sky's the limit, truly. But again, material is like, think about, if I want a really strong, maybe get some nice clay and make it out of clay, something strong, or maybe you want to plant some new things. Literally get some seed paper, shape it into a doll, make some things, put some things that you could actually plant it with some plants. The sky's the limit on how creative you can be.
So even with the aesthetics of it, like the color of the thread or the type of the thread or the knots.
Yes. And the knot, I will tie them off if I'm using knots with witch's ladder. Again, breathing my breath into every one. So the creation working dispatch of, you have to never surpass. In witchcraft, in the craft, creation working dispatch, mind, body, spirit. Same thing. Creation. Oh, I'm going to do a love poppet. So the creation. Oh, I should do it on Friday. That's the day of Venus. Okay. I'm going to use some rose petals, the highest vibration of flower. Wait, it's love. It's emotion. I'm going to do it in a bath. I'm going to make a rose petal bath with some lavender. Again, I'm going to do it on this moon cycle, maybe a Venus moon on the day of Venus. Build. Make a bath poppet. Make it out of a little muslin or something, and shape it like a puppet and put your bath herbs and things. Nice some chamomile to relax. Tea bags. You could find some if you don't have a very good apothecary yet. Go to your kitchen. Need some fire and passion, go get that cinnamon. Anything hot for protection, hot and spicy, sour for protection, sweet for love. It's all in there.
It is. Most of it you have in your pantry to start with.
Yeah, start in your pantry. And tea bags. Chamomile tea is so good. Oh, I'm going to put that in my little sleep pocket. Yeah.
Does it change the power if you have somebody do it for you? If you just really choose, like you've talked yourself out of it, so you want somebody else to do that, can we have that conversation?
We can have that conversation. And if you believe that is true, that is true. I personally, if somebody wants me to help do it for them, I make them do it with me. Even if you're putting, because I can put, it's all about passion. Again, if you put, okay, you're the doll of what? Nothing. You want passion into it. You want sweat dripping down your cheek. You want your breath, and that's how you do every puppet or anything. But I'm never going to have the passion for your love puppet that you do. I will do the workings of it. I will have the right herbs and oils and chants and candles and this, but you're right there next to me. It is rare I would ever let somebody do. I mean, we might be on Zoom. I might be doing here, but you're putting your intent, because I will never have the same intent that you do.
I just think it's super important for people to hear, because this comes back to eBay, Etsy, Facebook Marketplace, that they can purchase these poppets that have this intention, and people don't realize that that person's energy is in that you are buying, and it's not going to work the same as if you had done it yourself or contributed to it.
Right. No. And if you do have to buy one of those, I can't make a doll, I can't make a piece of paper, whatever that is. And okay, I'm going to buy a love doll, their spell. You still have to add your own on top of it. And we'll talk about tag lock, and you have to tag lock. Some people are getting, buy a poppet, are getting very creative. I've seen, like, they'll have a little zipper in it that you can unzip and put your little tag locks or herbs or crystals or keys or whatever you want into it, sigils, a zipper and unzipper kind of thing. So yeah.
Hi, Sparky. Sparky's Paranormal. How you doing? Thank you for being here. You will like the conversation tonight, Sparky. We are talking magic. All things magic. Do you have a personal okay, this was the question that I had. Sorry. Activating, so timing and closing the work. How about that? Like, does it, well, you kind of mentioned that, right? So doing a loved one on a Friday. So it depends on what your intention is and time of month and all of those sorts of things.
Time of month. If you want to do it on the wax on a full moon, I think you could do almost anything. Shadow darker work, you would in a new moon or just after the new moon. Anything. I'm going to do a money spell, do it on that waxing to full moon. If you want to do I want to lose 20 pounds puppet, do it on the waning moon.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like, and again, I'm going to release all this. That's where I do my even daily intentions. Moon's waning, I'm going to release today. The moon's waxing, I'm going to add today, whatever that means. More walks in the park or more vegetables or less carb, whatever that happens to be.
Right.
Well, yeah, everything. And they could be as simple as you want or as complicated. Some people like by the hour of the day, by this, you get the astrology into it and whatever you want to do. I do think everything needs, of a poppet, you need some kind of a tag lock there to make it yours. And what a tag lock is that personal thing that makes it yours. I mean, traditionally, it's like a little piece of hair or nail clipping because they literally have your DNA, which I know scares people. They go, "A witch has got my watch onto your fingernails." But you do for good. But breath itself, again, that breathing that life into it, chant by here now, doll me, my, whatever that's happened that you're doing. Using an old t-shirt of your loved one. This maybe is made out of an old t-shirt. Putting signatures. I like to sign them. Again, for me, my name is mine. I like to sign things. You might use astrological signs, put photos in it or on it, write words in it or on it, sigils in it or on it. Every personalized thing you do is giving a direct connection to you.
So keeping it clean. So how do you keep it clear?
Clear. Well, it should be clear. I mean, it's how you're going to keep it. Again, if it's something, I'm going to keep this on my altar, or I'm going to keep it by the side of my bed, or it's for protection, I'm going to store it away in a shoebox, in a closet. It should actually be it's done with intent. It's with like a candle working or a mojo bag or anything else that you're doing. If something starts get a little weird, and I have never really had that happen with a puppet, but I guess it could, then you're going to have to do a smudge, do a cleanse, do something like that to go, wait, are you, or maybe it just needs recharging. Like maybe my passion and belief in this doll is not working as good. So I'm going to recharge. I'm going to waft her over some incense, put a little new oil on her, put some more breath, intent, whatever that is. Sew a new sigil or symbol onto it.
Right. Christina is sharing that's a good idea, the zipper, so that you can buy the basic form and then add your energy and specific triggers. I also love the kitchen witch encouragement because you don't have to spend a ton if you don't want to.
Right. No, and a kitchen, again, kitchen witches are forms of poppet. And if you have lots of different dolls in your house, if you have poppets, if you have haunted dolls, in all my experience, the kitchen witch runs them. The kitchen witch runs them. She's like the house madam. She's the one that keeps everything in line. But you can make a poppet out of a regular doll, even a Barbie doll. I've seen people beautiful. All of a sudden you take off that little magical dress and there's sigils and symbols and astrological signs. Barbie dolls' heads come off. You can stuff her head with whatever you want.
We have sigils everywhere, like on our Brita our water Brita in the fridge underneath my office chair. There are sigils everywhere.
I'm a sigil girl too. I am. My favorite protection is the Helm of Awe, that 8-sided cross. I draw it on mirrors to close them down or to control what I have. I have one literally on a Post-it under my welcome mat. It keeps out bad spirits and burglars. I have little stickers. It's a similar. You can't even see it. Little stickers that I will put on my oil and things. So protective. So yeah, put one of these on your poppet. Draw it with a Sharpie.
Yeah. And creating your own, if you like, understanding how you can create your own sigils.
Make a spare sigil, Austin Osman spare, which is like the basic of chaos magic. Take the words you want, beauty, love, health, whatever it may be. You're doing your own personal self-care, beauty, love, health, or whatever. Put all the words together, get rid of the extra. You could look this up. Get rid of any doubles, like PATTI. I only get to keep one T. You don't need two T's ever.
Yeah.
Love, health, beauty. A lot of people get rid of the vowels. I usually do something separate with the vowels, and then you put them together in an artsy piece that doesn't look like the words anymore. Psychologically, it's working on your subconscious because it doesn't look like that. Magically, you're putting the spirit and magic into it. But yeah, look up a spare sigil, Austin Osman spare, and create those words and put your sigils into everything and anything. Yes.
I've taught my kids when they were young to create their own sigils too.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. So they had their own power. I said, like, you can write it on the back of your shirt if you want, or make it into jewelry, like, so that they felt like they had their superpower cape, like your power panties. We had sigils. We didn't have power panties.
And my power panties have sigils. What makes them powerful is their sigils. Yes. It's a sigil for passion, love, success, health, happiness. It's the color of the panties, the word written across the butt, boys, girls, high top, low top, and the whole thing's done in sigil. And then the little chant, prayer, wish, spell, whatever you want. Every time you put it on, every time you go to the bathroom, it's a reminder. It's a reminder. It's right there.
Yeah, it's so good. When does poppet work become manipulation? So, like, what are those guardrails?
Okay, to me, because of my belief system, I'm not going to judge somebody else, but I do not do manipulative magic. Because to negatively or affect anyone else. Manipulation, because then you're attached to them. It's karma if you want to use it, or cause and effect, action and reaction.
Yeah.
Like, say if you're going to do a red doll love spell, if bring me the love of my life, I will do that, and it's really great. If you go bring me Bob, I'm like, we'd have to have Bob's permission. And if you have Bob's permission, you don't probably need the doll anyway. But I wouldn't do it on Bob, because I can make Bob fall in love with you. But if it's not supposed to be Bob, he's the stalker you can't get rid of. It's the worst relationship you've ever had. People will come back going, I'll pay you money to get rid of Bob. So, and if you're so sure it's Bob, you just do not say Bob. And if it's Bob, it'll be Bob. And if it's not Bob, you're going to get somebody way better than Bob. So to me, I will do protective magic. I will do warding. I will do binding. If somebody's out to hurt you or your home or your family, I will certainly, you could tie this up in your best BDSM. You can, but I'm not going to say, may you burn in hell and your house burn down and your cat have fleas. I'm going to say, you cannot hurt me or my family or my career or my pets. You cannot affect me in any way. And not the rest of it is up to them, to do. But I'm not going to attach myself to any of that stuff, because, again, it's not good or bad, heaven or hell, right or wrong. You have to live in the world you create. I don't want to be able to be manipulated or controlled by anybody. So I'm not going to do it to anybody else.
Yes. And it's being mindful that your words are energy as well, too. So even just thinking that you want to create this to get back at, you've already created an issue. Just
and hate and revenge is attachment. It should just be done. You should forget who they are. That's letting go of somebody, that they're so out of your life. Holding on to hate and revenge is cords of attachment.
Exactly. Sparky, So he's saying, well said, Miss Patti. Ms. Carol, are you talking about personal marks, personal sigils marking the person for protection? No, well, I mean, when I'm talking about my kids and that, making the sigils was for them to, if it was empowerment or love or whatever their intentions were, that they were creating their sigil for that. I saw you, Kerrilynn. Oh, there you are. I was talking about you today, my friend. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you here. Christina is saying exactly what you just said, Patti. Exactly.
Yeah, but
who wants that energy? It just weighs you down.
That energy. Yeah, I want.
And then when you're wondering why things aren't in flow, that's part of it, right? It's we are accountable for all of it: thoughts, words, actions.
Yeah, all of it, and everything has. I know, and again, I'm not judgmental, and everybody work within your sense of integrity, your sense of virtue, ethics, moral code, not morality. Who does what with that? I don't care, but moral code. If it works for you, it works. But I just know people, and I know dark magicians who do dark things, but they're not as happy as I am. They start getting angry often. They have much more illness often. They start getting paranoid often. Even, I mean, this is a very bad example, but on Ghost Adventures, Zach loved to put me against Lady Snake. Good witch, bad witch. Good witch.
I never understood that.
I know, but it's fun. It makes fun TV. It makes fun TV, and you know, our lightsabers going. But she's passed away, and I'm live and kicking. And I'm not saying that's because, but everything takes a toll. Everything has cause and effect, and love and respect and magic. You know, I'm planning to live a long, happy, healthy time. And sadly, she died of illness. I'm not saying because she was willing to do bad magic. She was a good woman, I do believe. I respected her craft. She was just willing to do things I wasn't.
Yeah. I always appreciated how you chose to not engage in that. You just didn't even engage when it was trying to hook you into that kind of energy. And you just really handled it well every time, and there was never any, because I was always very fascinated by how she chose to work too, like very fascinated in watching her do her thing. She was very good at it.
She was very good at it. She was very good at it, and I even realized when, I mean, I never knew she's going to be there. When the first time when he drugged me, I was at the museum. I was locked in a case, and Zach dragged me into this room with a big cauldron. I didn't know that was Ed Gaines's cauldron. He used to cook and eat people, whatever. I didn't. But anyway, here's this little English woman who looks like she's somebody who wants to serve me a nice high tea, not kill me, because she was channeling Ed Gaines and she had his shovel and she did one. It's like, huh? It wasn't her. It was what she was channeling. So, but yeah.
Christina is chiming in, who wants to bind themselves to that negative energy, just self-defeating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Exactly. It's an ethically messy. Like, will you be okay to fall asleep at night when you're doing that kind of stuff, really? Or will you lose sleep because you know you've done something that doesn't feel in alignment to who you are authentically? Like, behaving like that's not authentically who we are meant to be.
Right. So, and again, we have to listen to with any kind of spell crafting, anything you do, you're the only one who could decide if it's right or wrong for you. And we do have this, you know, and if you don't have a sense of ethics, don't play with magic. If you don't have a sense of right and wrong of some sort, not saying good or evil, don't do magic.
Agreed. I'm just going to do our station ID. We'll do this now before we start into the next little bit. So if you are just joining us now, thank you so much for being here. You are listening to Spirit Switchboard. I'm your host, Kerrilynn Shellhorn, and you are listening to us live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. If you are interested in knowing more about the shows and hosts that UPRN has to offer, you can head to uprntalkradio.com www.poppetmagichaunted.com to find out more. We have a new website. We are getting a chat. We're getting a merch store. We're getting all these fun things. And there's always something for everyone. It is not all high strangeness and paranormal. Today's guest is Patti Negri, Good Witch. Patti Negri, Ray of Sunshine. I always call you my Ray of Sunshine, which is exactly what you are, but you may have seen her on radio, TV, film. You have been everywhere. Seances. We bonded over seances the last time you were on the show. And I had people comment about that as well too, how much they enjoy, people that have been to my seances and heard you saying the same thing that I said as well too, right? And I think it's because we both honor the tradition and the history that came before us, right? And I feel that's a big part of even what we're talking about today in doll crafting, and we're honoring part of the past when we do it this way.
Yeah, 100%. So yes.
It's fun.
We'll do a seance together one day.
I would love that. And the table tipping, have you continued to do table tipping?
Yes. Which we probably talked about before. It's like I was advertised as table tipping, and I don't know how to, but Tim Shaw, who now has a show on Paraflix, I'm so thrilled. His Black Cat Lounge. This past,
he's lovely.
He is lovely. I was in Texas at the Old Park Hotel, an old 100-year-old, and it was not a table that we thought would lift up. It made 100,000 billion pounds, big old wood table. But the second we started to get that ectoplasm, knocks, vibration. No way you could cheat like that. Nobody's knees could hit it. It's really a fun way to add to things. Yeah,
it's very fun. I had an opportunity to speak at the Lake Superior Paracon in Thunder Bay, and had brought the table. We were all doing the table tipping, but my table was old and it was busting up, and so there's a paranormal team here called SNIPE, so Six Nations Investigating Paranormal, and one of the guys made me a new table, and it is solid. It is, you can barely, there's no wiggle on it, right? So when it starts moving, you know that there's something. It feels electric all the way up your arms. It's just a lot of fun. Awesome. Yeah. So Melissa Martin, thank you so much for being here. So Melissa is, what's your proper term? I'm so sorry, Melissa, please don't get angry with me about that. But with the Ontario Paranormal Society, so director, co-director, member. Kerrilynn's table tipping is an amazing experience. Thank you so much, Melissa. Yeah, table tipping is old school for sure. And I don't want to escalate fear. So I want to make sure that people understand, the fear is also something, if you put that intention out, that's what also comes from it, right? So co-director. Thank you, Melissa.
Okay. Congrats. Fear, putting fear into something, fear can freeze you in your tracks. Fear can make you not live the life you want to live. Fear can make you not have that conversation, make that phone call, ask for that raise, go on a nice investigation. Or fear is the biggest motivator we have out there. Fear is a $1 billion industry. In a town where I live, we do the spooky locations, not the funnest locate. So you turn that fear, I'm so scared, into a challenge, a positive, I'm going to ride that roller coaster and I'm so scared. That kind of fear. I'm not saying put that into a doll, but turn it into excitement. Fear and excitement are on the same vibration level. Just putting the negative, close everything down fear is going to be good for nothing.
Well, there's a house that I love. It's my favorite place to investigate. I go back. I have told them I want to be the retired Walmart greeter. I want to be the retired Walmart greeter for this museum. Yes. And there is a well that they've put this plexiglass over, but it's all stone straight down. And I would get, the first time I was there, I got sweaty palms at the idea of having to walk over top of that to get to the old summer kitchen. Mm-hmm. So, but years later now, as I'm walking over it, I'm like, I'm so brave. I love myself. I'm so brave. I love myself. Like I just, and then I walk over it.
It's empowering. Yes, that's perfect. Yes.
Yeah, having to do it that way. So Denny, thank you so much for being here. Sparky is sharing, Miss Patti would say most people's fears are from not understanding, not investigating what it is before they have an emotional response.
Yeah, I mean, partially, again, the unknown. We're always kind of afraid of the unknown. We're afraid of change, afraid of challenge. We're afraid of confrontation. There's a lot of things can cause the fear, and it usually is the unknown, or get unknown. We don't know what's going to be behind that door. We don't know how somebody's going to react to me telling them I need a raise or how I feel about something. We don't know. So yeah. But again, make it like, I'm going to do it and it's going to be okay. It changes everything. That's how I ended up doing America's Got Talent and WipeOut and MasterChef,
right?
Making those fears a fun challenge. Scary as heck.
Well, this time of year, I find, like, I know that you said like fear where you're at in the spooky time in Halloween, but I find Christmas is spookier than Halloween. Like, I find that energy amps up and peaks at Christmas time. It just gets rolling at Halloween, and then it just keeps going from there.
Well, it's the dark time. It is the dark time. I mean, it's that shadow time. It is, the longest nights, the shortest days. So that's all part of it. We're going, in the craft, we're going into the mound now. It's not the summer, this. Now we're going in. We're going deep.
Yeah. So everyone's doing their Christmas shopping. Family member has purchased a doll and dropped it off to you as your Christmas gift, but it's giving you the creeps. How do you approach it? How do you move people through that?
Okay, so you've got a new doll. If it did they
gifted, didn't choose it.
Okay, gifted, choose it. Now it depends on, is it a regular doll or is it a supposedly haunted or magical?
You're getting eerie vibes from it.
Okay, it's just a regular doll. Somebody gave you a doll. If you really got bad vibes and you really didn't want it, I would re-gift it. Take it to Little White Elephant. But if you want to face those fears and you want to see, I would sit down with it. Again, set up your sacred space or protected space, whatever that means to you. Light some entrance, do a candle, say a prayer, do a chant, call the corner, whatever your magic protection. And then if you're willing, sit there with it. If you need to put a protection thing in the middle, do it and see what did it rely on you. Is it something really coming from that doll that scares you? Or is it, again, the fear of the unknown or the fear of not knowing? Or is it tapping into, it could be a million things. It could be tapping into a past life thing. It could be a memory that it jogged because the doll has the color hair you had when you were beheaded. And, it could be a million things, and just trust what it comes. And if you decide that, well, the doll isn't so bad. Again, there's ways that you can get rid of whatever the negative is, clear the negative, cleanse it, like we talked about earlier.
Warding it, containment.
Ward it, containment. Now, I'm not one, I don't even keep my Barbie dolls in boxes because they need to breathe, but a lot of people, a way to contain them is put them into a glass case or put your salt. When I first had Belle, I had to keep rue in her hand. Even the bad spirit, she drained people's energy so bad. The herb rue is really good for that protection. You use cascarilla powder, eggshell powder, use salt. There's a million things of containment. But if you decide that you want to get to know it slowly, put up whatever wards and protection, see how your animals and young children react to it, see that you start causing arguments or whatever, and you figure out if you think it has a spirit or it's just triggering something in you.
If you feel that you can't handle it and you want help, what should that help look like? Like, how would somebody seek proper help and not get steered sideways?
Well, if you have,
trying to tread lightly how I phrase that.
I know. You're going, okay, there's something here. I really believe there's something here, or maybe something here. You don't trust your own intuition, which you should. Again, if you know somebody or you work with somebody, or oftentimes if there's a metaphysical or spiritual shop nearby, you're going to find good people there more often than not. Not your street necessarily, usually ever your street corner tarot reader, psychic, medium. They're going to say it's evil. They're going to get money out of you. But when you have a legitimate shop that sells crystals and maybe has different readers, they want return customers. They're much more legitimate than your street corner, whatever you want to call them, cross the palms kind of psychic tarot reader, whatever that is, because they're going to say, yes, it has, as a rule, yes, it has everything bad, and give me $400 to do whatever for it. And
yeah. And that would be the same with paranormal investigators as well, too. Like if they are charging you for that, then there's an issue, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wanting to help. Yeah.
Yeah. And if something feels fishy, it probably is. If something feels off, it probably is. Really start trusting your intuition, how it feels when you're talking to someone, when you're at a place, what you're led to, even online or in a book. Find your truth, trust it, get out of your own way, and then listen to, we have to use our logical brain. That, 1 + 1 = 2. This person costs $80 million, whatever. Our intuitive brain is the one we really need to develop. That's gotten undeveloped in our Western, modern, complete left brain focus, where everything is logic and not the magic. But also heart, trust your heart. Science is figuring out we actually have thinking cells in our human heart.
Yeah.
So if you go, logic tells me to stop at a red light. Listen, my intuition tells me I should call my mom for some reason. Listen, my heart tells me I need to make a poppet for your heart is going to be so true, and it's not going to be colored by your fears, your idiosyncrasies, your baggage, your upbringing, or your belief system. So I do what I call triangle thinking. Yes, use the logic. Yes, dance between that intuition, that gut knowing, and follow your heart, and you can't go wrong.
And it's always in the first few seconds.
Yes.
Like it's fast and quick, and if you wait 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5, the Chihuahua brain kicks in.
Yes.
And
yeah, and even developing your gift, as you know, it's you going, wow, I feel like Grandma's standing behind me. Just say hi, Grandma. Okay, don't analyze it. Don't. Just say yes. If you want to analyze it, you can analyze it in 20 minutes or 3 hours. Going, was that really Grandma, or was that indigestion? Was that really Grandma, or somebody opened the window but in that moment, just I feel this and I'm going to go with it. You'll start to develop it like going to the gym. For your intuition.
Yeah, agreed. Dolls for communication. That's where I was hoping we could go next. So spirit communication. You know what? I had never even really thought about that. Even though like I hang out with the ladies in the corner, I never thought about connecting and using it for spirit communication. So have you seen dolls amplify that communication intentionally or accidentally? Are there rules that they must follow as well too?
Well, it depends on what the spirit is in the doll. Again.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense too.
It makes sense. If it's the little 12-year-old who passed away of the plague and whatever, I wouldn't be asking them what I should do about my career. They might be a channel. They might be a portal of sorts, because you have a direct contact with something on the other side of the veil. Right. Belle loves to go to seances. Again, I don't want her to interrupt and take over. I have a ghost. She doesn't want to take a vessel in my house. She owned the house before I did for like 40 years. And she died even 3 years before I moved into the house, but she was there. She doesn't want a spirit, but she did not get along with my dolls at first, but then she does now. So you have to take it all. But I think the spirit communication depends on the communication abilities, intelligence, and more than anything else, intent of that spirit in the doll. Okay. You don't want it to be the drunken trickster ghost in front of the liquor store saying, Grandma.
That is so funny.
And saying, yes, I will tell you what to do with your life and career.
Yeah, that's so funny. I say that about loved ones too, in spirit too. Like, it kind of irks me when they say that, your loved one in spirit is your spirit guide right away. And I'm like, if they've not healed their stuff, do you really want them to be your spirit guide right off the hop? Like, they've got some work to do on the other side before I'd let them be your spirit guide. But
Right. Everybody has we have many kinds of spirit guides. So
yeah.
and they're the same person. Did you take advice from silly Uncle Bud when he was living, or why are you going to take advice from silly Uncle Bud now?
Yeah. So how would you close that session down so it doesn't stay open?
I would thank them for their, even if, unless it was negative, I just banished, just in the name of whatever you believe in, and then your own power, in the name of a God and the deity, in the name of your cat and your dog, your Louboutin shoes, with confidence, you are not welcome here, you must go. If it's something like not overly negative, just say no. I firmly believe that this is our realm of existence. The other side, since I was 4 or 5 years old, I believe that the other side has to play by our rules. If we say go, they have to go. And 99% of the time but people don't know that. So they give away their power. They get fearful or scared, or it's like, when you see that, unless you have a severe addiction problem or a severe mental imbalance, then you've kind of given away your power. But other than that, we make the rules, our world. If maybe we're visiting their world, it's a different thing. But when they're visiting ours, we have to stay that control. We have 100%. To respect it. But
agreed. Because when I go to bed, I want to sleep so heavy, I snore and wake the neighbors up. I do not want spirits bugging me in the middle of the night. They're not allowed. Do not touch me. Don't talk to me. Don't come in. They can line up outside the bedroom door, and I'm okay with that.
Like, me too. And I spent this weekend at the haunted hotel. It's like, that's the most haunted. 2 or 3 weeks in a row. It's like, I can sleep through anything. Have a party. I don't care.
Me too. Do you feel that people don't feel confident because they're so disconnected from their ancestors? Like, it's they're disconnected from what their ancestors would have done and how they the traditions or the things that they would have done in tapping into energy and frequency in the other side. Like, would you encourage people to lean into that more, to understand themselves?
Yes, we have to, understand our ancestry, where we came from. It doesn't mean check your DNA, or it might mean check your DNA. Have a picture of grandma or grandpa on your altar. Celebrate, Samhain, Dia de los Muertos, whatever. But also tap into, it's in our blood. Those ancestors, that blood running through us, that knowledge, that wisdom is there. But again, in our modern society, we've just become numb, and they want they want to be phoned in, by rote, automatic pilot, asleep at the wheel. We don't want any of those. And we go through, I go to work, I come home, I watch TV, I do. We don't want that in our magical world. We want everything always live, connected. How does grandma feel about this? How would I do? Do I,
And it just, I feel it helps people with that homesickness. So many people have that feeling of homesickness, but if they would lean into their ancestors, that feeling of home is just inside. Yeah. And the confidence in how they speak or choose to do magic in whatever form that is, they'd have more power with it as well too.
I agree wholeheartedly. Yes.
Yeah. Sparky is just sharing this, Patti. With all respect, I agree with that to a point, depending on what you're contacting.
Yes, we said that's why I didn't go 100%. There is a few things that have gotten bigger than whatever. Getting to the dark or demonic realm, or getting into something that's or something that's so created, like what's at the Cecil Hotel, is bigger than I couldn't go clear that myself. I would need a whole lot of help or whatever. So I agree with you. So, but mostly we can do it.
And those cases are it's so like TV would have you feel like there's one on every corner, like a coffee shop. And that's just not true.
Just not true. No, most spirits are good. Most people are good. Go to a ball game, go to a shopping mall, go to a show. there's a serial killer or something, but not most of the time. People are good. Yes, we're quirky. Yes, we're odd. Yes, we're insecure. Yes, we're a lot of things, but we're good,
At our core, for sure.
at our core. Sometimes it's deep, but at our core,
Yeah.
yes.
But I feel when we are personally taking accountability, right? Whether it's shadow work or understanding why we get snippy, where did that come from, so that we can shift and change that. When we have accountability, we have more compassion and empathy for the people around us as well too.
Yes.
You just do. And pulling back and seeing with a bigger perspective as to why that behavior is being displayed or why they made that choice. And then in those rare moments where I am salty and yelling over my steering wheel, I'm like, clear, cancel, delete. Thank you very much.
Right.
I forgive myself. I forgive you. I forgive, and then doing the next step so that we're not hooked into that energy. Because if you yell at that car that cut you off, you don't know why they did it, but you've created that hook into them.
Exactly. And again, it's like, that's most hexes, everything's are hexed or cursed. That most of those are self-created. They're self-created. Like when I helped with the LA Dodgers, they said, they had won 20 games in a row, then Sports Illustrated magazine, and then they tanked. They lost 20 games in a row. Sports people don't use the term spiritual or magical. They use it superstitious. It's the Sports Illustrated curse.
Right.
I'm sure nobody put a real curse on Sports Illustrated magazine, but one time an athlete or a team went bad. Once it happened the second time, now it is created. An egregore, a spirit has been created that we feed and live into.
Yeah. People really believe in curses, though. And there
are real ones, but we feed and make most of them.
Yeah, it's hard to help somebody shift their thinking to empower themselves out of that.
Yeah.
Like to backtrack out. It's really hard. That was kind of where I was going to go next, like common mistakes that you see.
Red Sox fans. I know. Sorry. I know when I bring the sports people are so cute. I love you all.
Dedicated. So common mistakes that you see, people when they're starting out doing, whether it's magic with poppets or connecting with the dolls. So troubleshooting,
troubleshooting. Well, again, it's what you put into it is what you get out. Again, it has to be that commitment and passion. Crank it up to 110%, because what you put into it's like, I hope this works is not. And I'm also a big believer of stair stepping when needed. Like, say if you were doing a money spell or a money poppet, since we're talking poppets, you have to live within your belief system to an extent. Work within your belief system, how you're going to create it. But if you truly, sincerely believe you can be a millionaire or a billionaire by the end of the month, go for that. If you don't really believe that, you're just hopeful but don't believe it, ask for a raise first and then get up to 1,000, get up to 100. Little stair step successes is how you get to that $1 billion. Not one big failure. And I think if you believe that with every cell in your body, every passion, I could do it, that's the person who's going to get it.
Yeah, because that's my irritation with affirmations, because if you know it's a lie, your body responds to the lie. Yes. So you have to phrase it in a way, I'm in the process of loving my body wholly and completely. But you're taking the action with working out and changing your food. It has to feel truthful or it doesn't work.
You have to. And again, and you 100%, that beautiful. It's like every day I'm this and this and this. And that's when you get it.
So aftercare, so you believe that you can, get the $1 million, and the $1 million comes and the poppet has done its job. So what's the aftercare? The
aftercare is, okay, say if your poppet is thing and you don't need to anymore, if it's something that you put together, a clay, a wax, a cloth, I take it apart. I know some people will reuse it all, but and if you believe that's okay, you can. But to me, every stitch you made or glue pin or whatever you've used or tying things together with tape, is part of that creation. So I would literally take it apart, properly dispose of, whether that's recycle, herbs into the ground, crystals into the ground, whatever, burning if right, burying if right, trash can when needed, take it all apart. Again, or if we're talking wax you want to melt, clay you want to
Right.
into water, take it apart. And if you have something not take apartable, or you want to keep it for memory, that's fine too. Or you want to bury it somewhere. Again, just try to be ecological in everything.
Right.
Um,
I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. I am grateful. Thank you so very much.
thank you for all that you did. I
Yeah.
appreciate that you did this magic
Exactly.
for me. And
Is there an ingredient that you wouldn't use in a doll?
oh, that's a good one. Not really. I mean, I would be very careful because a lot of things we use can be toxic or poisonous, and
Right.
sometimes you need those slightly poisonous. So be careful that that's not one you burn or lick on or do anything like
Right.
that.
Right.
Other than that, no. Some things I would be very, very cautious with, but I don't
Right.
know
So
anything.
not understanding what the ingredient is and what.
Understand what the ingredient is, what its purpose is for you, what its standardized things that it has. And again, I think that's it. I wouldn't put fear into an ingredient, because again, that could stop it down. If you turn that fear into excitement and challenge, then you could do that. I wouldn't put hate into a doll, even a binding doll, because again, hate is an attachment.
Agreed. A doll trope in movies that you wish would retire forever.
I guess that they're all evil, but that will never retire. But a haunted doll has to be evil, because nobody watches the good news every night. You watch the bad news. You don't want the lovey doll Annabelle, I guess. Another doll trope, and again, that there's always violence. So much is violence, because in reality, a negative haunted doll, I guess they could stab you. I don't think so, but they're going to make more mess with your mind, make you angry, make you not think straight, make you depressed. So, it's much more the psychological damage that's going to be done.
Yeah. Emotional manipulation within the house, right? Where they
Yes,
fight
yes,
against each other.
yes.
So shifting from, sorry?
Which is scary in itself.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So I know that people get asked a lot about like their most scary story and all that kind of stuff. And I don't want to ask that. I want to ask about the most unexpectedly wholesome paranormal moment that you may have had.
Okay. Unexpectedly, it was way back when I've been this person, like I said, since I was a kid, but I kept it very private because I ran a very corporate production company. I was producing shows. And after 2008, when the big corporate crash came and corporate entertainment became a dirty word, and somebody who knew my ability with seances and knew my practice asked me to do a reality show wanted me to do a seance on a reality show. I'm like, nope, that's my private life. I won't do it. Thank you, but no, thank you. And they're like, please, we don't know anybody else who could do it. I'm thank you, but no, thank you. And I'm sitting there looking at my empty calendar. And I'm like, wow, I don't have anything. And I just kind of go, well, what's the name of the show? And they go, well, it's called Mobile Home Disaster, and it's on country music television. And I'm like, who would watch that? Nobody. I wouldn't. I don't know anybody I know who would watch Mobile Home Disaster on country music television. I know. Little did I know everybody would watch. Yeah. But no, and I finally said, I go, okay, I'll do it just this once. I went, and it was the most fulfilling thing I'd done since I got to remember. I got to help this human little girl who everybody thought was crazy because she was drawing portals on the ceiling of her motorhome. I'm like, well, no, there are portals on the ceiling of her motorhome. I got to help a spirit that was kind of squished in between cross over, and it was so beautiful. And equally best of all, I got to slightly open the minds of the Southern Bible Belt cast and crew that this wasn't evil or dark or bad in any way. And it was such a fulfilling day. And I'm like, this was great. And I'm never going to do it again. I'm never going to do it again. It aired a couple months later and I go, that was great. I'm never going to do it again. Because again, what if my clients can't know, number one, I talk to dead people. And number two, I dance around bonfires. Yeah. So my very first phone call that next day, Kerrilynn, was from my biggest corporate client. I produced national shows for them. Hi, Patti. Hi. I saw you on television last night. Oh, yeah. I didn't know you were into the paranormal. I'm like, I'm in my head. My life is crashing around me. I've lost my biggest client. And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, I love the paranormal, and proceeded to tell me her first ghost story. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm out of the closet. I'm out of the psychic medium closet. I'm out of the witch broom closet. I'm out of the paranormal closet, and I haven't looked back.
Because you gave people permission to share that side of them that they're keeping secret too, right? So yes, it was brave.
Yes, and there's so much stuff going on now in the world. It's like, yes.
And everybody's got a ghost story. They may not want to tell you in front of everybody, but they'll pull you to the corner to tell you about it.
And the veil is so thin now that it's not going to go away. Really, whether TV shows or not, it's going to keep happening. More and more haunted houses, more and more activity in houses, office buildings, everywhere, restaurants, stores, theaters. The veil is thin.
Agreed. Your go-to reset after heavy energy.
My daily go-to reset is nature. I live in the Hollywood Hills. I'm an urban girl, but I live in the Hollywood Hills. I have my house is fairly little, but my backyard is very big and it's wild and great. But every day I drive up, I live under a reservoir, but it's built in the 20s. It's gorgeous, pine trees. We feed the deer and we count the turtles. It's not a working reservoir. We feed the ravens and the crows and the blue jays. It is my daily morning reset. 6 days a week. I've been teaching it for free for anybody who wants to go. It's a workout called Pace Express. It's like HIIT training or interval training. And then we walk and take in nature. Wow. And when I'm gone for way too much, we actually do some of it on video now, but I feel it, not getting my nature, not getting into it. It's like, I need to get outdoors. So outdoors is my reset. I'm very elemental in all my work. I work with nature spirits. So that's my reset.
And energy is movement. Like we have to move.
We have to move. We have to move. And we have to feel the sun, feel the hot, feel the cold, look up at the sky, the night sky, the day sky. Wow. Look at where the moon is. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to connect. The one feeling that you would want readers to have after reading Dollcraft.
That one feeling going, I could do this, whatever that is. Again, if they had the idea, I want to have a fun new family member, want to play with the paranormal, or I want to do some magic to create the health, happiness, career, love, whatever I want. And I'm going to make a poppet to do it. I want them to feel empowered to make their life that much better, whatever it means to them.
Is there a memorable feedback story from somebody that has made a poppet with your encouragement that you'd be able to share?
Yeah, that's a hard part. But I get it all the time. Yes, it's like, since I've had this little doll, or since I've had this, same thing with my dragon works. It's how many people have it, which is again in the form of little servitor poppet. In a sense, it's a little fetish there. But yeah, all the time going, because what it really changed, not because I showed them how to make a little cloth doll, their intention, their perspective. Perspective is everything. They've changed their perspective into an empowering one. And it changes everything. It's like, my life is different now. My life is better. They made it happen We just gave them a little nudge with that magic, with that doll, with that thought form.
And I think that's the most empowering part. And they learn more about themselves through that process too, right?
Completely. Like, that's what it's all about. We are the vessel. We are the magic.
Yeah. I think too, giving people permission to understand that their intention can also change through the process.
Yes. Everything flows. Everything flows. There's nothing. The only thing consistent is change, or whatever they say, and make that okay. It's like, no, dang it. I want to,
Yeah.
It's
when you were on the show last time, I think it was before you were going overseas. You were going overseas. So do you have something planned this winter? Are you going anywhere?
This year last year I was out of the country all the time. The most amazing. I fell in love with Romania and Transylvania.
That's where you were going. Yeah.
Getting to do ritual in the Huaybachu forest was like the most haunted, beautiful, magical forest in the world, where the trees bend and go sideways. There was these beautiful Romanian witches, proudly using the word gypsy, not as a positive, not a negative, flew into Cluj to do ritual with us.
Wow.
Just like the magic that this all other culture. But last year we did Paris and Romania and this and Wales and Ireland and Australia. This year, because of the kind of climate in this country, I had one early trip to the UK in January, and everything I'm doing in the States now. It's just so much going on. So next year I don't have anything planned for out of the country either, but I'm starting to book up. I'm going to be hitchhiking and popping around this country also,
Right. Can we, the Romanian forest is like high on my bucket list.
You got to go.
High on my bucket list.
The people are so good. And there's bears. I mean, don't feed the bears, but they come up to your car. So you've got the magic. I mean, UFOs, cryptids, magic, and you feel the magic. We had these little candles, and we're just doing this.
You are the first person, though, that I've heard speak about it with that kind of reverence and affection. Like, everyone else is like, it was creepy, it was scary, it was bad, it was that fear stuff. So you're the first person that I've heard talk about that forest with that kind of
magic is power. And again, I probably wouldn't want to spend the night by myself all night, because the bears, as much as everything else out there. No, perception. Magic is magic. Magic is magic, and what you step into it. Just everything everybody says. What, to me, everything everybody says is negative or bad. Ooh, Huaybachu forest is usually just powerful. It's what you do. Even superstitious wise, like the number 13, it's powerful, not good or bad. Walking under a ladder, a black cat crossing your path, breaking a mirror. Is that good luck or bad luck, or is just powerful, and you make it what it is? You tap into that magic to do beautiful healing ritual in the Huaybachu forest. Yeah, there might be some scary things around there, but it's what your perception and where you focus. That's it.
But that word powerful is uncomfortable for people.
Area people, it is powerful. They will gladly give their power away because then you'd have to give away responsibility. Yeah.
The accountability, responsibility. Yeah, for sure. So where can people find Dollcraft? I know that where I wanted to purchase it from, I didn't do that because of the tariffs that we've got going on between our countries currently, but
right. Dollcraft you can get everywhere. Of course, you can get on Amazon. You can get from Barnes and Noble. You can get from Llewellyn. My publisher is Llewellyn. You can get it there. And you can get it on my website, pattinegri.com. You can get special or signed copies and stuff. You, of course, can get it on Amazon, and Amazon from your country to avoid tariffs and things like that. So, but being a Llewellyn book, it's even in regular bookstores as much as just, spiritual and metaphysical ones.
What do you have? What's up next? Where's the first place that you're speaking?
Do you have the next thing I do? I'm home for Christmas. Yay. Right after the 27th, I think I'm going to Minnesota, where it's going to be very cold for my thin California blood. We're doing a holiday event at the Sheldon Theater in Red Wing, Minnesota.
Mm.
And that's
I don't even know much about Minnesota, to be honest with you.
I think it's cold. It's cold. It's beautiful, and it's cold.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
And Canada, it's cold too.
Yeah, I know. You get we have thin blood here in LA. It's like below 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh no, I'll freeze. And then beginning of January, January 9th, 10th weekend, I'm going to be in Arizona, much warmer. I'm doing like 3 different money events from 3 different things. I'm going to be in the Phoenix area, Glendale. There's a store called the Astrology Store where I'm teaching a practical magic long workshop. I'm teaching a spell casting. I'm doing a book signing. That night, I'm doing with Arizona 2 with my friend Eric Wenzel. We're doing a seance and a paranormal investigation of VFW. The next night, we're going to some place called the Superstition Mountains to do a seance. So really full weekend of private sessions at one of them for a few. So big events, little events, and that's in January.
Do you still have the magic school?
I still have my school. I teach.
Can you talk about that?
Yes, it's called University Magickus, and we call it a real life Hogwarts. But it's not all witchy by any means. I have about 20 teachers now. I have people who teach Reiki, astrology, more new agey stuff. I teach mediumship development, psychic development, spell crafting, familiars, poppets, haunted doll. But I have a guy in Italy teaching Italian magic now. I've known him 10 years and he finally spoke English good enough that he could teach. He's brilliant. I have a guy in Brazil teaching Brazilian magic. I have a guy in England teaching his form of whatever, his more new age. And it's literally, when I started the school well into our 6th year now, I'd see other, especially TV mediums, charging like thousands of dollars. And I went, I couldn't have afforded that. I want people to affordable. So it's literal. If you take a class, it's $20. If you come regularly, it's less than that. It's between $10 and $20 a class. We're live in a beautiful little Zoom screen. And even if 50 people sign up for the class, it's international. It's 2 a.m. in the UK. They're just going to watch the video the next day. So if you sign up, you get a video of the class, and then for those who come live. So we have maybe 20 people in the class having this beautiful, intimate class where we're working together, and it's very immersive. And then everybody, including them, gets the video. UniversityMagickus.com, magic with a K, or magicu as in university.org. You can get there from my website. But I'm teaching a money magic class on Tuesday because, again, everybody has these issues with money, and money is easy. Money is just an energy form. We have turned it into the almighty dollar, into the struggle to get there, the American ethic, the whatever ethic. It's like, it's just an energy form.
It is true. I love
it. So I'm teaching.
When people make their money jar and they work with their wallet and then they make the changes, like watching them have that is exciting. It's thrilling watching people get it.
Change your perception, change your life. That's what I tell people. And I'll pull from the feng shui. Have $9 in your refrigerator. Always have cold, hard cash. Every time you open, I always have cold, hard cash. Think like a leprechaun. Leprechauns love money. They don't have any attachments to it of good or evil or hard to get. It's at the pot. It's at the end of the rainbow, a pot of gold. Be a leprechaun. Make a leprechaun money pot, even if it's an envelope with the word leprechaun money pot. Roll around in it. Throw it on the bed. Go, money is easy. Money and fun. Money, it comes to me on the run, which feels uncomfortable when you have $3 bills and 6 quarters. Soon you will have, now my leprechaun money has whatever I want. All of a sudden I need $300. Of course there's $300. I need $6,000 because what? The termites have eaten my entire deck. I have 6. It easy. It's a combination of the awareness change, the magic what's in it, the mind, body, spirit. Think and like
the resources are unlimited, and that it's waiting to come to us. Like that's, I think, a big hurdle for people.
Yes, it is. And you have to. What's wrong? The mind, body, spirit, or creation, where one of those is missing. Mind, you really don't believe you deserve the money or the abundance? Do you have to change your thinking? Money, mind. You can't see yourself having it, whether it's deserving or just body. You haven't taken action. You laid on the couch. You're not going to have it. Or the spirit, that's the magic, whether that's the candle working, the puppet, the spell, the affirmation, the vision board, whatever it is. But you could look at everything you've created in your life, and everybody watching, you've got these beautiful lives. You've believed you could do it and that you deserved it. Mind. Body, you've gotten off the couch and taken some action towards it. And spirit, you've had the magic or belief or whatever behind it. The stuff you haven't quite accomplished yet, one or two of those things need tweaking, and then you switch it. That easy.
But I feel that buzzwords play a big part of it, because everyone's talking about generational trauma. So generational trauma, which is a thing. It is totally a thing. Most of us have it for sure in one form or another, but then giving our power to it by continuously talking that this is the cause, instead of the switching your perspective of it and looking at it and dealing with it. So, taking your power back from it, it changes all of that stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love when you come on the show. It's just, it's always a pleasure.
Well, you're a fabulous and beautiful hostess. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You truly are. Yeah.
Thank you. I just want to thank everybody in the chat too. Good evening, Sandy Cordick. I appreciate you being here. Christina is sharing, as soon as we start to panic or stress or hoard it, we block the flow and energy, money, love, or anything really.
100%. Yeah.
Agreed. I just want to remind everybody really quickly about the Spirit Switchboard, or sorry, the Beneath the Hollow Moon. I know that we're talking about Spirit Switchboard at the moment, but I just feel it is going to be such an important show on Christmas, in supporting Laura Lee as well too. So I just want to remind everybody that Beneath the Hollow Moon will be live on Christmas Day from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be in our jammies. We're going to be honoring her son Justin, who his 1-year anniversary is coming up. So we are going to have his favorite dinner. So if you want to bring your chicken nuggets and hang out with us. And if you want to be part of the show on Christmas Day and pop in and share a story, please email me at kerrylynsporch@gmail.com, or send a message to Laura Lee or myself, and we will send you a link and give you a time when you can pop onto the show and hang out with us. Oh, Michelle, I agree. Michelle is sharing, I love listening to Patti speak about magic. Very inspiring. Stay to be dismissed. Great conversation. Have a good night. Well, thank you, everybody. So I just want to thank the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast, 107.7 FM in New Orleans. And thank you to Joe Montaldo, our network owner, and Michelle DeRoche, our network manager. Thank you to Patti Negri. I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season. And thank you, everybody that's in the chat tonight. I hope you all have a safe weekend. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.